So I'm gonna bring you a dealer who went from the streets to the showroom. And it's just proof that where you start definitely doesn't decide where you finish. This dealer represents the new generation. Jalen Worrell of Major Key Motors on the Video Dealer Series.
That intro was great. I literally got chills just listening to you because every single thing was really true, and I felt that for sure.
Take me back to the streets. Take me back to where you came from. What was the very first hustle that taught you how to sell? Like, where did you start?
Well, actually, my very first hustle was like 12, 13 years old. Me and my boys outside, we went door to door knocking, doing lawnmowers, grass cutting, shoveling snow, pretty much raking leaves, anything we could do to get $1.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
And then take me to like your first job. What was that?
So my first legit job was McDonald's. Started doing like things I shouldn't have been doing, getting into trouble with like law enforcement, stuff like that, just kind of acting out as a child now that I look back at it. But it that pretty much started that happened for like maybe 2 3 years up until like 14 15 to 18. I ended up going to like a boys home, a placement for a year or so, and I got out of there, came back home, and just really got back to exactly what I was doing again. And
Uh,
then my parents were like, my dad, so to say, my dad more than everyone was like, dude, we got to just get you the hell up out of here. And he moved me to a small town about like an hour away. He helped me get a little apartment. It was only 450 bucks a month, and I was 18, and I pretty much was on my own. My girlfriend at the time, who was my wife now, came with me too. And our first like real job here was through a temp agency at a warehouse.
hmm.
It was pretty much, it was horrible to me. I was like, yeah, this definitely isn't it for me. So we were working together, like just dabbling in warehouses. Ended up getting fired from that. And then what really got me into the car business was I've always kind of dabbled in cars like as a kid. As a boy growing up, you're in the some boys are into sports, some are into like my generation into rap music, stuff like that. But I was more so into like cars. Like I was weird like that with my group of circle of people. But that's then once I got fired from like those warehouse jobs, I never could keep one more than like 2 weeks. Ended up like just mass sending out emails to like a bunch of different dealerships, and someone like finally just gave me an opportunity to be like a lot boy there, and then that's really how I got my foot in the door.
When did you realize like this isn't it? Like you love the business of being in the car dealership space, but when did you realize you were meant for something more? Was there a
Yeah.
moment? Was there a person? Was there a time where it just clicked, or was it just like over a period of time?
So I honestly think I that's like always been instilled in me. I've always felt like I was meant for more than what my life had to give at that moment. So when I had, let me rewind a little bit. When I first actually moved to this town of Lebanon, PA, there was a small dealership that had like, it was like a small independent lot. It was like a pre-owned store. I seen it. It's actually crazy. It was my first day here, and I seen it, and I'm like, it just sparked something in my mind, and I'm like, damn, I want to like maybe get into that or do something like that. I didn't think I would be where I'm at today, but it just was something that just planted a seed in my mind, so to say.
So how did you get your own dealership off the ground? Did family help you? Did you get some sort of inheritance like check or loan or
I honestly wish. I always say that all the time, but no. So how I first started was I ended up being that lot boy for like, and I was only there for like a year, and then like the newness like kind of like wore off, and I'm just like I want to do more. But I had got a cheap car for like $1,000. I was a detail. I ended up moving up to a detailer, so I got a cheap car for $1,000. I detailed it. This was back in the Craigslist days. I posted it on Craigslist for 1,500, sold it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I might have something here. And then that's when I just bought another one and detailed it at this place. and then sold it for a profit, and then just started working my way up from there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So let's go to now, fast forward to you've got your own dealership. Was it just like a spot on the side of the street that you just leased and you had one or two cars and then built it up from there?
yeah. So when I first started, it was back in 2016. I was flipping cars, pretty much like a curb stoner, so to say,
Yeah.
back then. You know what I mean? Flipping cars on the side. And then there was just a point where I probably saved up. I only had it was like $9,000, $10,000. And I'm like, all right, what are the requirements to get a dealer license where I'm at? And all I did was just study those requirements. And then the first step was to get a location. So every day I just would just ride around town and just try to find a spot until we ended up finding a place that they wanted $1,000 to move in and $1,000 a month. And I gave them that. I got my insurance and everything, and then I had like $3,500 left to spend on inventory and started from there.
Wow. So the
Yeah.
name Major Key Motors, where does this name come from?
Um, I listening to music, like bored one day. It was like right before I had to like figure out a name and listening to music. You ever hear DJ Khaled, Major Key, like that whole slogan?
Oh,
Major Key,
oh,
yeah,
of
yeah, Major Key
course.
alert. And I'm just like, all right, Major Key Motors.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you underestimate about running a dealership?
So a lot of it, I pretty much I slow grinded the whole way through. The I didn't really run into too many issues because I wasn't trying to move like super fast.
Hmm.
At first, I wasn't trying to over leverage. I was literally just playing my part. As long my goal when I first it sounds crazy, but my goal when I first opened up, I didn't even think I would be as big as I am now. But when I first opened up, I just told myself like, hey, as long as I can sell one car a month, pay the bills, and that's it, I'm just grow from there. And then it ended up just taking off.
So, talk to me about let's do a little bit of rapid fire for a second.
Mhm.
How many cars do you sell a month on average?
So right now with our new store, we're selling 74 cars a month.
Jeez.
Yeah, we're blessed.
Dang. Okay. So the building that we see today, when did you move into that building? Because it
So the
looks
build,
fantastic.
yeah, the building we see today, we moved in July of 2025.
Wow. And
Yeah.
how many active accounts do you have?
So we're not buy here payer, but we do a lot
Oh,
of
that's
credit
right.
acceptance. Yeah, yeah, we do a lot of credit acceptance. So we have about like 1,800 accounts with them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How many cars do you typically have in inventory on a monthly basis?
So now that we scaled, we keep about like 115 to 120.
And what would you say your average vehicle sale price is? And yeah.
Our average sale price is 19,000.
Wow. What's your average down payment around there?
Our average down payment is about like last month it was 1,700. Overall, since coming here, it's 1,900.
Okay. Top two places that your customers find you.
Instagram and Facebook.
Hmm. Are you running paid advertising on both of those places?
Yep, yep. Running paid advertising on both of them, but a lot of organic Instagram.
Okay. Um, what's the best investment that you've made into the dealership so far?
Actual sales training.
Hmm. Talk to me about your sales training. So the way I came up in this business, it was just like we hired people, we threw them in the seat, we hoped they'd perform. When they didn't, it was like, why are you not doing a good job? And then a new broom sweeps clean. We're on to the next person. For us, training at that time was just not a thing.
Mhm.
In our dealership, I mean.
Sure.
So what are you doing with your salespeople training wise?
So yeah, So let me just go back a little bit. So when I first started, yeah, everything was just literally, hey, it was just pretty much me just jumping off into the deep end and learning how to
Hmm.
swim. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I did for the first 8 years of me in business. And then I ended up investing into myself with self development and actually learning some actual real processes, objection training, how to talk on the phone, how to talk to customers. And then that's what like brung me from here like to here like really quick. So as far as training now, like when we opened this new dealership, one of our main things were like, hey, we're not really looking to hire talent. Like talent is besides the fact, but as long as they can follow the processes and
Yeah.
go through this training that we have, we know we could be successful.
Excellent. So how often is the team, are you guys role playing? What kind of training are you doing? Is it a daily, weekly, monthly basis?
So we train daily for sure. You have to stay sharp. As far as what type of training, so we have our meetings in the morning. We do a little bit of role playing. There's times where we have courses that we do where we'll do training on there. But that's one of our daily non-negotiables is at least 30 minutes of training.
So when everybody arrives at the dealership in the morning, what does that typical training morning look like when you're not doing courses? Like,
Yeah, so we open up at 9 o'clock. We require all the salespeople to be here at 8:30. We meet in our meeting room. We have like there's a paper that we have that's called like save a deal. So it's
mhm.
we have customers where they came in, maybe they got approved, we couldn't get them over the finish line, or we have someone coming in 2 to 3 days, or someone that's on the fence about coming in. So we'll go around the room and see pretty much like who's your customer that you're working, what happened, why didn't we close them, why didn't we get them in the car, and then we'll train off of that.
Oh, wow. So
So,
you're using
yeah,
real life examples
real life examples.
while saving that exact deal.
Exactly. And then after that, we'll give them a call. And then, because it's different, one salesperson could handle the customer, and then another salesperson might hear something, or I might hear something, or my wife may hear something, and we tell them, hey, this is what we have to do to get that customer over the finish line. So that's pretty much how we start off our actual training.
Are your people on commission?
Yeah, we're all commission based. Yep.
Okay. What do you have any investments, by the way, outside the car dealership?
I dabbled in. I have a couple residential real estate properties.
Oh, okay.
I play with stocks, Bitcoin, stuff like that. But I'm actually trying to get away from all of that and just invested strictly into building this empire.
Oh, very interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
expect you to say that. And I'm a
Yeah.
little all over the place with the questions, but
No, it's,
like when I think of something and I'm like, I gotta know, I'm just gonna ask you because I'm gonna forget otherwise. So, uh, when people see somebody like you, being a younger dealer, normally when we think car dealership and dealer principal, we think of somebody that's much older. They're like legacy dealers by this time, but you are very much a fresh perspective and a younger
mhm.
dealer. So do you feel like sometimes people don't take you seriously, whether that be vendors, partners, customers? I mean, you're a young boss and you probably have hired people that are older than you. So how does that work out for you?
So yeah, I mean, that's a good one actually. As far as like hiring employees, yeah, it's tough trying to hire older people because they think that they may know more than you, especially when I first was coming up, like hiring older people, they wouldn't understand like where I'm coming from and everything. But now I think it's more so like when they come to my lot now and like see what we built, it's kind of more so they do put some respect on my name.
Okay. You have this phrase called compounding instead of competing. Can you break that down for us?
So yeah, I mean, so that's pretty much what even got us there. I like to say that like you don't have to be more talented than everyone. You don't have to know more than everyone, but what you have to do is just work harder than everyone. And then eventually the
Mm.
compound effect, it's just like investments. It's like your first couple years, you invest 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, but after 10, 20 years, that interest then built up and you're freaking skyrocketing.
I love that. I love that. That is so true. Because
Yeah.
that, like, day to day, year over year, that is how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you guys get, and we're going to talk about your wife in a second, but when you
Mhm.
guys get a big win, do you celebrate big, like, or are you just like, okay, got the win, on to the next thing, goalpost moved?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. We like especially when we bought this lot right here, like that was like life changing for us. The way it even happened, like how it happened was crazy, but we get it and then we're just like, all right, yeah, on to the next thing because for us, like we always say like this is just the beginning. This is literally just the beginning. I just turned 30 and I feel like we still have a
Whoa,
long
whoa,
way.
whoa, hold on. Did you just say you just turned 30?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
just turned
my,
30.
Yeah.
who knows where the two of you will be at if you keep up this level of execution. That's insane. Okay, so you and your wife made this dealership into a reality. You guys work together, you win together, you lose together. How are you guys dividing the roles? Like, what do you do and what does she do? And are there clear boundaries?
Yeah, now working with your spouse, it's I think you know a little bit about it. It's tough. But as far as boundaries, yeah, that's something we really had to learn. And as far as operating roles, she plays more of the front almost more than me. So she handles the sales team. She's really good with them. She's really great with customers. Um I handle more of the back end, like the financing, like making sure that this deal makes sense, handling reconditioning, and dealing with those and those employees and moving stuff through service and everything. I'm more of the operator. She's more of the front, the salesperson.
Okay, so have you guys ever, and you've been together for how many years exactly?
We've been together since I was 17 years old,
That
so
is the
it's been a
coolest
while.
thing ever. And you are married, correct?
Yes, we're married.
Okay.
Yep.
So have you ever had a moment where one or the other of you has was like, "Man, I don't know if this is going to work out," or you or like did you guys always know we're going to make this? Like there is no backup plan, or were you what were the hard moments along the way?
So I think I mean, I think for us that's a good one. What it was is, yeah, like there was no backup plan for us.
Mhm.
There was no going back because she's been with me since I was 17 and we did come from a really kind of rough upbringing. So we were like, it's all or nothing for us. Because here's the thing. If we lose, what's the worst that's going to happen? We'll go back to where we were and then we just work our way back up again. We were in that for so long, so going back to it really doesn't scare us as much as maybe someone who's never been to their lowest point and then have to go there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's one super boring daily habit that you would swear by, that's responsible for your success? Like, I know training, like that's a big thing, but like what's something that you just do on a daily basis that's a habit now that other dealers can implement that you swear by, like that you're not gonna miss?
Yeah, I mean other than training, maybe the gym. The gym,
Are
like
you go ahead.
it's like something that I even preach it to my salespeople too. It's like it's something you want to go to war with yourself first in the beginning of the day before you come here and then go to war with customers. You know what I mean? And not that we're
Huh.
like going, not like you're going to war with them, but as far as like just uh, making sure that you handled yourself right so you take care of yourself so you can take care of your customers for when they come in.
What's something that you do every day other than exercise that you think dealers overlook that they could implement right away? Like, are you like, for example, like how do you keep your brain so clear to keep executing at such a level? Like, are you taking supplements? Like, as an entrepreneur, what's your regimen or whatever they say?
My regimen is just pretty much tapping into my faith. That's a big one for me. Tapping into my faith in the morning. Instead of like listening to music, I might listen to a sermon. I do read every single morning too, and
Are
I
you
hit the
what are
gym.
you reading in the morning?
Right now I'm actually reading the Leadership Bible.
Oh,
Yeah, have you ever heard that?
yes, I have.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's
Yeah.
a bunch of Bible scriptures and stuff, but it's more versed to like business.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So what's I mean, other than the fact that you've got 30-year-old energy, and some people that are watching this are like, if I were 30 years old, I'd be running around just like he is. But you definitely put in the work to keep yourself so sharp. Let's talk about faith. Faith is everything. Everything. Um, do you find yourself in the car business? How does faith show up there?
Oh, I mean, first of all, it keeps me grounded. It keeps me grounded, keeps me honest, keeps me ethical. And yeah, like if a customer comes in, because they come in all the time on the defense, you know what I mean? And it just keeps me level headed to the point where I'm like, all right, this guy, this woman, they may just be going through something. So I'm not going to get triggered on whatever they're going through. I'm just going to do my best I can and give my best ability that I was blessed with to able to even help this customer.
So now that we're in 2026, we've got a great, big, beautiful year ahead of us. Every dealer wants to grow and scale. For you, does growth mean more cars sold? Does it mean like better underwriting? Does it mean more lenders? Like, what are you chasing right now?
So growth for me right now is just getting our sales team that we have fully trained to the point where they don't even need help from me or my wife. That's growth right now. We're trying to hit 100 cars a month consistently. Also, we're working on adding a service building and learning how to do learning how to run a service department because that's not something I ever ran for.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah,
going to be a
so
brand new.
yeah, that's like a brand new thing for us, but I think we should be all right with that. And then that's it for now.
Okay, that's a big task for this upcoming year to get going. So, and that shop, is it going to be just for recon, or is it going to be open to the general public to do, or is it
So
just
we're
customer work?
we're working on creating our own reassurance company.
Excellent.
So we're going to bring all of our recon in house, work on our customers' vehicles, and then also eventually work on the general public.
Okay. What is your definition of success? Like, a lot of people, some of us are, many of us are money motivated. Some of us say that money doesn't matter. I definitely don't say that. Like, but what is your version of success?
So, I mean, I think I honestly reached my version of success just making it out of where I came from and just being able to like wake up with a clear mind and know I'm okay. I have my wife right beside me. I built my own house. I drive the cars that I want. So I kind of reached that level of success for me. But personally, it's maybe in a couple of years, I want to own a couple franchise stores and eventually pass on the legacy to my family. So instead of generational curses being passed down, they had generational wealth.
Dang, that was good. So let's talk about family and your wife a bit more. Um, First question on this part is, do you don't have children right now, correct?
No children yet. We've been like strategically planning not to have kids yet because we were trying to focus on building what we have right now.
Okay, but do you see children in your future?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Well, at the age of 30 and 31, you've got plenty of time.
It's yeah, and it's around the corner. Yeah.
Um, in this business, you spend pretty much probably, I'm assuming, do you spend pretty much every waking hour with your wife?
Yeah, yep. Every single day. Yeah.
So, do you guys have like, are there any rules that you guys have put in place or boundaries, as they say? Like when you walk out of the dealership, you don't talk about work anymore? Or are you guys just getting it all the time?
So it sounds crazy, but she's more obsessed with this than I am. Like we'll go home and yeah, like she loves this, and I'm happy for her. I'm glad she actually found something where she pretty much has her sales team, and she's a great leader, and she really built herself up to be a boss ass woman, and I love that. But yeah, I tell her when I get home, I'm like, I don't want to talk about work anymore. I just want to be home. But no, that's all we do. We drive separate cars. She'll call me and we're on the way home. She's like right in front of me and we're talking about like we're just digressing the whole entire day.
How do you guys keep what appears to be such a great marriage? Because a lot of relationships begin to fall apart when they spend every waking hour together and it's always about work. Like, are you guys carving time out? Like some people in their partnership with the business in their marriage, they do like a specific date night. Like, how are you guys singling each other out, or do you feel like we single each other out all the time, just being together 24/7?
No, so we do make sure we invest. Like, not only do we, like, I tell everyone this, don't only invest in your business. You want to invest in yourself, and especially if you're married, you got to invest in your significant other. So we do make sure to we go on a date every week. At least one date every weekend we go out, and it's just us two, and we don't talk about anything. We don't talk about work. We don't go out and be on our phones or anything like that. We leave the phones in the car and we just be present with each other.
That's very, 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 very important.
Yeah,
And it
for
sounds
sure.
so simple, but sometimes it feels so hard to do because we're literally working. We anybody that's been in the car business is working bell to bell. It's like 24/7. So to say, it's so easy to say, yeah, we're gonna have a date night, and then you go out to dinner, but you just went out to dinner last night on Tuesday. So what made Wednesday different? Sometimes it's
Yeah.
really difficult to make that happen. So um how do you stay motivated to keep grinding at the level that you're at? Like, cause I mean, let's be real, you could pretty much hang it up here and say, "I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna exit." Like, why do you keep going?
It's because I mean, just I always tap back into the younger me, and I'm like, what would me back in the day think about where I'm at right now and where I just want to keep going. I just want to keep going all the way up. So like I've since I've came in the business, like even at my smaller dealership that I was at previously, the guy that was next door, he's still there. I mean, he's been there for 30, 40 years. Me, that's not what I don't want to just be that single dude just at the shop, just staying small and keeping it all. I don't really believe in that. I believe in not just bringing value to my life, but being able to bring value into all these other people's lives who work with me.
That's very, very, very good. Now, I know that a lot of people doubted you on the way
Mm.
up. What was the hardest no?
I feel like I've been told no all my life. So there wasn't any like specific one that like messed me up inside or anything like that. Like I said, I always tap back into being younger. I've been through a lot of stuff. So when it comes to this business stuff, like anything that anyone could do to me or tell me really doesn't affect me in the way that maybe it would affect someone else. Like
Got it.
no matter what anyone tells me, I know that the only person that can tell me no is me.
Mm.
If I tell myself no, then yeah, maybe I can't get that. But I I always told myself I can get to wherever I want as long as I put my mind to it.
Okay, so well, I mean, clearly you didn't let anybody with all those haters. You just used it looks like from the outside as rocket fuel.
That's it. Yeah.
What's your relationship with your family today? And was your family on your team from the get-go?
So yeah, my relationship with my family is fine. I mean, even though I'm 30 years old right now, I'm pretty much the leader in my family, in my whole entire family. So like when anybody needs something, they pretty much come to me now. But everyone, they just came up the way that they came up, so I don't put any like blame on anyone or anything like that. I'm still tight with my family. Now we have like Thanksgivings and Christmas at my house. So
Wow, you
it's
really
a pretty
flipped the
good
table.
relationship.
What's the best advice that you've ever been given in business, or whether it's specifically the dealership space or business in general?
So I've been given a lot of advice. My best advice that's been given to me was more so like don't work so much on your business more than you actually work on yourself personally, because of you personally is what's going to drive your business.
Mm.
Like business, I try to tell that to a lot of people too, and a lot of like people don't believe in that. They believe more so in like just numbers and stuff, but I don't really like, yeah, the money is good, but you get money from like becoming the best version of yourself first, and then you can get pretty much whatever you want. So that was the best advice that was ever given to me.
As far as hiring goes, are you just throwing up an ad and then hoping that you find somebody that you can train and mold? Are you finding people just in your daily life that you're like offering them a position and kind of hiring the smile and going from there? Because I know you're not looking for vetted salespeople. How are you recruiting people into Major Key Motors?
So before we opened up this store and it was just me and my wife, we've already attracted like a lot of people who just wanted to kind of like be a part. Like it was fun to like buy from Major Key Motors, or it's fun to know me and my wife. So when we pretty much made Instagram posts and people were reaching out to us. We told them this is a good one for people who want to hire someone. We told them there was like a 4 segment video where we told them, hey, make a selfie video explaining what you know about us, why you want to work for us, why we should hire you, and where do you see yourself in 5 years. And the people who
That's cool.
actually, yeah, they actually sent out selfie videos to us, and we picked from there, and then we hired them like that. Literally every single I'd say, well, now every single person, but like 3 of them, they were already customers of ours.
Mm,
So they
interesting.
already were bought into the business.
Okay, I gotta ask you. So, what's a non-negotiable rule in your dealership? Do you have one?
So we have a bunch of daily non-negotiables. And some people might not like that too. Like I read Facebook comments like from other like salespeople and stuff, and the stuff that they say is just like, damn, they probably wouldn't last here. But we require them to make at least 75 calls a day, because you got to get on the phones, you got to get
Say
active.
that again.
Yeah, we require them to do 75 calls a day. You
Wow.
have to get active. We require them to make 3 social media posts a day. So a story, like a deal of the day, maybe a customer testimonial on their personal page, and then 30 minutes of training. Those are our main daily non-negotiables.
And then
And
people wonder, they look at what you've built, you and your wife, and they're like, how are they doing it? Well, I
they
think
save
that
all the
right
time.
there,
Yeah.
yeah, it's because you're swinging, and your
Hmm.
people are swinging. And when you
Hmm.
swing that many times, you're just bound to win. I
Hmm.
love that. Now, I have to ask you this. A lot of dealership staff and dealer owners say that um making 75 phone calls a day may not be productive because so many people don't answer the phone. What is your recent experience in 75 phone calls a day? Are most not answering, but you made the attempt? Like, where's your mindset in there? Is it result in a lot of texting? Or are you reaching a lot of people by phone?
So we are getting people on the phone. I mean, like out of maybe 75 calls, even if you talk to 10 people, 7 to 10 people, those are 7 to 10 active conversations that you had with customers or potential customers or old leads that are fresh now and you're on their mind. So we get sales from phone calls all the time because of other people just simply aren't doing it.
Yes.
They aren't doing it. So that yeah, we it's and I believe in like productivity breeds activity. That's what I've always believed in, whether that's making phone calls, sending text messages, rearranging the lot, posting cars. It's going to breed activity eventually.
Yes, that is very, very true. And I think so many more people need to hear that. Let me ask you from the moment a lead first inquires, so it's the 73rd phone call of the day, and John, it's ringing, and Sam picks up. What is the playbook from the time that person answers to buying a car? Can you give me a bird's eye view into that?
So you're saying if we contact the 74th person, so it really just depends on their situation, but more than likely, what we're doing when we're on the phone, we're not necessarily trying to actually close them on a deal right away.
Okay.
We're getting an active lead and an active customer. So now what we do is we have like I have so many sheets printed out. So like this is a sheet right here where we have like we'll write down like say if someone does answer, we'll write it down because then when you write it down, it's not just logged in your CRM. So now we can actually physically see it and we write down the notes, we take down everything, and then we figure out, all right, what can we do to get this customer in house? Because whenever we're making phone calls, we're just strictly calling them to make the appointment to get them in the store so we can try to eventually sell them.
Okay, so what I gathered from that is that the phone calls you're trying to get their attention, you are keeping top of mind with them, but bigger than all of that is that you're selling them on a reason to come see you. You're not trying to figure out what exact car they want. You're
Yeah,
selling the financing, it sounds
I
like.
mean, exactly. That's it.
Or you're selling the appointment. Okay.
Yeah.
So if a customer inquires on a specific vehicle and it's either on text or a phone call, are you getting everyone approved before they come in? Are you finding that people mostly want to get approved first before they think it's worth coming into the store? Like, how's that going?
So with us, I mean, I've been like this forever. I've never worked the deal before the customer comes in. Because of if you do that, you just end up losing too many dudes. I can't get a customer to agree to a maybe like a $600-700 car payment over a text message. You get what I mean? So what we do is just only we're just selling them to come in so then we can eventually close them on a deal in person because it's harder to get everyone approved over the phone or on text message because we have deals all the time where I can look at the application before they come in and it doesn't look like a deal, yet they come in with their mom or their sister or their brother and their brother is able to give them an extra $500 or they're able to co-sign for them and then you got a car deal. So it's pretty much all about getting them inside.
Is there some sort of magic sauce that you can help dealers with to do exactly that? Are there certain word tracks or is it just by building a rapport? Like how are in a world where everyone wants everything instantaneously on a text message, like, and they're like, I'm not coming in until I know I'm going to drive off with a car. So until you can tell me
Yeah.
that, bye. Like, how do you
Well,
overcome that?
so yeah, that's I mean, we hear that literally every single day, and that's why we train every single day too. I ask all of my salespeople to keep an updated list of your top five objections that you have. So whatever your top five objection is, hey, they live too far or they want to get approved before coming in, the payments are too high. I got to think about it. We literally work on that every single day. And then yeah, there is some word tracks that we do create that maybe if they're texting they can send out or if they're on the phone they can say. So
Interesting.
there's no silver bullet, but you just got to become so likable on the phone and on text messages that they just don't want to say no to you.
Do you guys do any video text messages where it's like, hey, I just wanted to shoot this for you real quick? Do you do that at all?
My top salesperson, she sends a video to every single customer before she even gives them a call. Like she'll send them a text
Yep.
message and then she'll send a video introducing herself and then she'll make the phone call.
Yeah, I really believe in that because most people aren't. They're just sending a regular text, and when it's a video, and the way I would recommend to do it, and I want to hear your feedback, is that you shoot one very realistic looking one as far as like
Mhm.
it looks like they just picked up the phone and recorded it and sent it only to the person that's receiving it, but really that same message, that same video goes out to everybody. Is that what she's doing?
He's actually sending out a custom one every single time saying their name.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She'll sit there and record one for them. It takes a lot of time, I will say that, but she does that.
Interesting. Okay. What is your definition of rich? Or the definition of like six as
Yeah, I get
ultimately
what
like
you.
being successful? Do you feel like you're there yet?
So I know it sounds cliche. I keep saying it, but like coming from where I come from, yeah, I'm freaking rich as ever because I own my own home, I own my own dealership property. I'm pretty much living my dream. Like I freaking just sometimes go outside and just look around and just be like, damn, I can't believe I'm freaking here. But as far as like rich to me, it's not really, there's no number figure. It's more so just being happy that I'm able to live comfortably, have my wife. We have a really good relationship, and then just have loving family. That's pretty much rich to me. But as far as like my goals, my big goals is yeah, I definitely want to build a huge empire, and this is literally just the beginning, and the money's going to just keep piling up over time. But rich to me really just isn't about the money.
Are there specific stats that you track every single day?
Yeah, yeah,
What
we
are they?
try. As far as the dealership, we track phone calls, we track text messages, we track appointments. I track this one right here. Look at this.
Let me
This
see.
is Major Key Motors deal loss and opportunity tracker. So like I go over this in my meetings. Can you see it? It's just
Yeah.
pretty much saying all the customers who were in here that we had approved and all they had to do was squiggle their name on a piece of paper and we couldn't get it done. That's a big one for me. That's what I track.
Yeah, I think that's huge. And I think a lot of people watching this might be like, I cannot believe that they are still writing on physical paper. But I see where you're coming from, and I have implemented that in my own business and then as a dealer operator as well. When it's on paper, you're logging it in your brain in a different way. And you're also, it doesn't mean that you're not going to use technology. Of course, we use technology, but it's also something that you can physically see on the
Mm.
desk. It's a piece of paper. It's like it's there. And I do,
Yeah.
I do think that that does something different.
Yeah. And yeah, let me show you. I got that. I have this one. This is like a roles and responsibilities, KPIs for myself. How many cars I bought for the day, cars for the shop, cars detailed, retail ready inventory, cars sold, average gross per copy, units over 60 days. The list just goes on. And then I have another like handwritten notes where I write like my daily stuff my daily tasks that I need to get done that change all the time. Like cars that need photos, cars that have to be paid off floor plan, and then like trade-ins that we got, and then I'm tracking everyone's cars that they sold for the day. So it's a lot of tracking. I think knowing your numbers is one of the most important things in this business.
Yeah, I agree with you 1000%. What is your average front end and back end gross?
Right now it's 2,600.
What is your marketing budget a month?
My marketing budget. So I am at like $8,000 a month right now.
And how
Face-
exactly is that spent?
It's Facebook ad leads,
Okay, cool.
Facebook,
So,
Instagram.
what would you tell dealers that say that Facebook leads don't work? They're just
Oh, they're
junk.
not working. They're not working them because we're selling a lot of leads off of Facebook. Pretty much. I mean, if it's not a referral, yeah, it's a Facebook lead. And Facebook leads, here's the thing with Facebook leads. It's they're higher funnels, so they take a lot more time to work. We're making each sales, so I have 4 salespeople, they're making 75 calls a day. So you just got to keep on contacting these people. You can't get those people who say, oh, Facebook ad leads are junk, they might call them once or twice, send them a text message, and then they just get lost in the sauce and it's just gone.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this for others.
All right, this is Jalen Worrell, and you're watching the Video Dealer Series.
Let's just be honest.